Hello, everyone. This is Tony Abad. Welcome to another episode of the Digital Diplomat, where we bring the world closer together by bridging the cultural and digital divide. Today, we have a special guest who is a leader in creative, digital, and social media marketing. Bernie Wong is the founder of the Social Stand Limited, and he is also an educator who is about to receive his doctorate in business administration, also has a master's of science. What he is going to explain to us today, and based on his vast experience of helping established companies with their brands, is how important social media influence is in business, and particularly for those who are up and coming, those who are trying to build up a business, the entrepreneurial world. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bernie. Bernie Wong, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Tony. Thank you. Thank you for the chance to have some chit chat about influencer, especially in the business world, how we could leverage the social media to maybe build a better business, and especially for the entrepreneur.
Before I ask you my first question, I wanted to ask you to give us a little background on the social stand and what you've been doing, what you've been fighting for.
Yeah, actually, Social Stand, my own company, found for around 8 years. I have a strong belief that this is actually a digital marketing agency. We help those brands like what we help editors, Disney, Temple in Hong Kong. We help them to create those social media content with a strong belief that we believe the content not just for selling, it's also actually storytelling to telling the brand value message, of course also the product message via the social media channels. So we are helping the brands to tell their brand story, and we have a strong belief on the branding is super important element for all the brands and the influence and for the entrepreneurs as well.
Let us talk about this question about social media influence. Entrepreneurs today, you set up a business, and if you're not doing something that is obviously part of the tech world, part of the internet, you know that you still have to put up some kind of internet presence. But I fear that some entrepreneurs, especially when they're doing brick and mortar type of business, neglect or maybe take for granted the importance of social media influence. So could you explain what makes becoming a social media influencer an important topic for entrepreneurs all over the world today?
Oh, that's a very good question. So I love to put the social media or digital thing aside first. When we are in the classic world nowadays, we truly believe that those customers is not when they pick a brand or pick a product, they not necessarily just think about the functions or the price tag. They care also about the brand itself. The brand, it means that far beyond just the logo or the identity, but it also consists of the value, the brand value, and especially the customer also care about who is the founder and what's the founder's thought. Just like Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk. We understand the product or the brand they're working on, but we also care so much about the founder itself. So not just about the digital or social media marketing things. It's about the trend, the whole world's trend of the customers or the public care so much about the value of the founder. That's why we need to be more aware of what's our image or what is the exact message or value that we want to deliver to the world and to the customers. That's why we're going to work on these value and message. And social media is definitely something we should work on. In the past days, we are more like playing a passive role. If I got a product or I got a service I want to launch in the market, yeah, we're going to work so hard on the product or service. And then hopefully a press release could attract some media to
Yeah.
report us. And then we earn the media. It is the earned media, right? We're playing the passive role. But now in social media, if the product itself is interesting enough, and then the entrepreneur or the founder itself is interesting enough, we can say play on the social media marketing or the having some posts, and then we can attract those media or the public to the eyeballs about our business.
That's right. Many sort of mainstream entrepreneurs or business people, they just look at the social media presence as an expense. It's like advertising. You pay, okay, let's put out the press release or let's put out our ad. But this is something deeper, I think, to become, to actually internalize or think of oneself as a social media influencer as part of your entrepreneurship. Is that, am I making any sense?
I actually love the term that you use, internalize. You're running a business beside the exact selling process. You could say everything is actually expenses. But I would say in the old days when we don't have social media, in case we need to do some advertisement, this is also expenses. If we are having, we've got a chance, even that is a free, if I'm giving away a free 30-second TV commercial, you still need a crew to produce that content for that TV commercial. This is all expenses. Not mentioning, I'm pretty sure that producing that TV commercial should be definitely a bigger expenses than working on social media. And on social media, of course, you can hire some professional agency, professional production team to help you. But before that, if you just get the business started, you can actually do it yourself. So I would believe that social media are actually giving them bigger opportunities for some new startup or even maybe new entrepreneur to make the dreams come true. Don't think about it as expenses. Yeah, you actually pay effort on developing your product and service as well. So definitely you need to spend some effort to let the world know about your business and the value and why you produce that product and start that business.
In previous episodes, Bernie, we were talking about such topics as disinformation on the internet and building trust on the internet. And one I guess has to have that caveat that when you watch anything on the screen on the internet, you always have to keep in mind that something is being sold to you, or somebody is shaping information the way they'd like you to see. What would be the proper mindset for one who is participating in all of this social media, knowing that there's the possibility that information is being manipulated or changed?
Actually, this is a funny question. I believe I'm not sure if I'm kind of doing that manipulation as well, because my business is actually helping the brand to say produce those social media content, and then I hope that I can make the audience or the customers the brand would be put at the top of mind when they want to buy a sneakers, they will think about the brand. When they want to choose a t-shirt, they would pick the brand. It is kind of manipulation as well. But advertising or marketing is kind of these things. Of course, when we go to social media, you can also mentioning that those social media platforms, they have their own algorithm to calculate and then manipulate what you love to see or what's your interest. But it is kind of helping others to keep you at the top of mind when they think about certain things. So I think that is a way that we kind of communicate with our target audience.
Is there a story you could share with us that shows us or illustrated how social media influencing or becoming a social media influencer actually helped an entrepreneur?
Definitely. Actually, as I mentioned, for my own business, I'm actually helping those brands, maybe consumer brands, to produce their content. But I have strong belief that actually brands is not just for products. Actually, a person, an entrepreneur is also a brand. What we call personal branding is also important. So I apply all those strategy that I help those brands on myself as well. As I mentioned, customer don't just buy the product, they buy the value of the brand, the message. They also concern so much about who's the founder or the entrepreneur behind. So building the personal brand I think is super important, especially for those new startup and also for some new brands. No matter you are facing the consumer market already, or you are maybe finding a new founder, they care about who you are as a founder as well. So building the personal brand is definitely so important. When you start a business, when you're becoming an entrepreneur, maybe your first startup, I think you have something, you could build a product or service that brings some value to the world. So right on that value, right on that functions, you should definitely build yourself as the expert, that you have that knowledge. What I believe that is you don't need to do be authentic is definitely important. You are not pretending someone to do something, but you are being yourself to share what you have, the knowledge, to give that value, to create that value to the potential or the target audience, so that you can build up the community, and that community is actually your potential customers, no matter it is offline or online.
That's very insightful, Bernie. I think we tend to neglect that there's a very, very fine divide between a company and business presence and your own personal, sort of your own personal brand. We shouldn't forget that. And I think maybe that would make entrepreneurs more mindful when they put themselves out there. If there were what you'd call a starter kit for a new social media influencer as entrepreneur, what would you recommend as the very first step they should take?
Actually, I just mentioned, if you have a business building up, or you should definitely be the knowledge expert of that specific area. That means you're going to find the interest or the niche, and then you develop the knowledge or the content to share on the social media, so that the others would understand you actually, you got knowledge about say social media marketing. That's what I did in the past day. I share some tips of doing social media on my own Facebook, my own LinkedIn, and own Instagram. And then my first customer, it is a brand, actually it's Starbucks, and then the market came over to me to know me more. That would be the very first steps. Actually, there are different type of content. You can choose the best one. I would say the one that suits you the first. Say you can write articles, you can maybe drawing or produce those picture, take image, or shoot a video, doing podcast, whatever you love. Do the have the first step first, and then you can further to power up the things, or further amplify the power, the influence. You can repurpose the content. Just like maybe when we are doing this video interview, after that, after the video published, we can maybe cut a teaser version, and then we can make some pictures of quote by Bernie or quote by Tony, and then we can also think about turning into a podcast, or even we can make it an infographics or ebook, simply just by this interview, we can further repurpose to amplify the influence after.
Bernie, is there any parting shot you'd like to give our audience? Your sort of your message to the world.
I think to become the influencers, I would say that making the first step is just so important. Maybe also quite difficult. Maybe you are just so strong at doing your own business. When it comes to creating content, you will find that, okay, I don't know how to write. Actually, I don't like writing. Or for me, actually, I hate facing the camera piece. But I would choose my best way that I feel comfortable to create that kind of content. Like if I don't really love writing too much, actually you can record your voice or can ask someone to transcribe it or use the auto transcription function by the mobile phone. You can create a piece of content already. If you don't really love to be on camera, just turn off the camera and then you can use podcasts. Yeah. So you know why I want to be I do radio hosting instead of becoming a YouTuber or do play hosting or on some TV shows. So you have
a regular radio program now.
Yeah, because I don't want to face the camera. So why not doing radio show or podcasting? So you can pick the most comfortable way to share your knowledge, and then step by step, don't expect something could be happening in just a second, and then things will come naturally.
That was the voice of Bernie.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were camera shy.
Yeah, actually camera shy.
Bernie Wong, thank you so much for your time and your insights today. And we hope to have you back as Dr. Bernie Wong and continue your quest for education and all your efforts in marketing and building up our social media influencers. Again, thank you very much, Bernie. That has been another episode of the Digital Diplomat. If you like our episodes and would like to learn more about the topics that we've been discussing here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and our LinkedIn page. And, leave us a message also, and let's connect. Thank you very much. See you again next episode.